Hey there, hi there, ho there. Like we're getting set up here. Like we are. Ooh. Man, am I excited about today. Let's see, I only have, what time is it? 11, 10:44. All right, I have 45 minutes to brainstorm for a meeting I'm going to stream at, looks like 1:30 for shoot for Car and Driver magazine. Well, I guess I'll know here soon. But basically, we're doing a shoot featuring really cool cars, or actually just really cool things you can make that are car themed, baking related, for a shoot for Car and Driver, which is pretty awesome. And on top of that, they're letting me stream the entire process, which is to me extremely exciting because I never get to share the inside scoop as to how I get to do everything. But this time, looks like they're letting me go. So with that said, we need to get ready for a call. The call is with the senior editor, Elana. Elena. Elana. Elana. And she's going to be the one creating the food, and I'll be shooting it. The plan is to basically shoot tabletop, locked off on a tripod, the different foods as type of a layout, and then basically composite that together to be put onto to like an automotive themed background. For that reason, I need to have stuff to reference for our particular shoot. So take this. This is my little. Actually, group that. Let's see my little header. I always like to have stuff pre-planned out. Come on, scale for me. Alt, Control. There we go. Just Control. So the first thing I like to do for a shoot is basically start brainstorming what it's going to look like that I'm shooting, right? So the references that I was given by the creative director is these. Let's see here. Car and Driver food reference. Here's one kind of layout. Pull this up for my reference. They sent me this, so they want kind of like a top-down look, side lit. So we'll do that. Oops. And then the other reference was another story that they had done. Looks like, so let's go to our preview resolution here. Highest quality display. We don't do anything less than that. Display performance, highest quality. Here we go. So, make sure this all fits in here. There we go. So this was another story that looks like Ilana had done for them. Kind of like give you an idea of like, so this is what they're sending me for the layout for this particular shoot. As to like a sample of like where the content's going to go. So we'll have like food on one side, and then type about what each item is on either side, and then we'll do like a top-down shoot for this. Now, if you're just joining me, what I'm going over is a shoot that's scheduled for this Thursday and Friday that I will be streaming. I will be streaming a shoot that I am shooting for a magazine as we do it with the baker, who's going to be creating car-like pastries and food to be featured in Car and Driver magazine, which is, to me, super exciting because I never get to share start to finish on all the projects that I do. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go to the place that most people go to, which is Pinterest. And I'm going to start looking for tabletop food setups. Now, there's actually, if I go to, now the reason I got this job, you're probably thinking, why did they hire a car shooter? Oh, let me turn my mic up here. I'm so sorry about that. Why did they hire a car shooter to shoot food? Well, I have a little secret for you. I used to be a food blogger. I had a blog called Meet Me. It was me, meat, and my food experiences. Basically, I covered everything from people who raised cattle, barbecue competitions, places that processed meat, anything and everything that had to do with food. So what I kind of want to do is see if I did anything. I did a few things. So I did, one of my favorite things that I ever did was a story about when the pink slime was happening. Pink slime was a thing that was going on with I believe McDonald's had come out. Someone had posted like a viral image of pink slime. And one of the things I wanted to do was kind of educate people about where their meat came from. The irony in this story is that I've found out enough information that I'm basically almost completely vegan now. I rarely eat meat, probably more vegetarian than vegan, but I did spend about a year and a half not eating any meat or dairy or any of that stuff, and actually got so healthy that I ran the LA Marathon right before the pandemic, so that was a thing. Anyways, I did this story called Moo to Mouth, Meat, a True Love Story, and it was basically educating people on where their meat came from. I covered a girl who raised cattle, the girl who processed the cattle that she raised, and then a butcher shop that actually sold the meat. So it was kind of a full circle, as I called Moo to Mouth story. So it was kind of one of those things where I got to go and shoot a bunch of different people and kind of feature what they do. So she was an actual, Megan Brown's a cattle producer, raises her own cattle up in Northern California, Chico to be exact. She's great stuff. So one of the things, if I think back to some of the tabletop stuff that I did that I liked, was in particular, I believe there was a place called, it was a burger place. Let me see here that I did. So for this, at this moment, I'm going to open up this one just so I have it. 2-1 Farms, Bacon, Phoenix Club, Pachanga. What was that one? It was a burger place. Peach Magazine, Barbecue Competition, Beef Love Story, January, Moo to Mouth, Meat a True Love Story. I actually did that. Gotta be in here somewhere. In Royal. Sorry, guys. 2-Run Farm. Nope. So one of the things I did was I went to New Orleans and I covered 23 restaurants in 10 days, looking for the best possible food that New Orleans had to offer, and it was pretty incredible. Why can't I find this thing? I'm looking for... Let's see, what do I got here? This one's actually pretty good. I covered this place. Let's look at these for now. So we've got this one, which is basically, this is all right. Just trying to look for references. This is okay, tabletop stuff. I want more of like a baking look to it. This is my grandmother. I archived all of the recipes that she made and covered them. Lived with her for a year before she passed away. And cataloged all of the family recipes while I took care of her. This close, a little more detailed. I think we want something a little more different than this. I'm thinking I don't have. There was one. This is it. Slater's 50/50. This was some pretty good looking stuff. Save images. I'm going to save some of these shots here. What's everybody doing today? Food. Save. All right. This is some of the tabletop. Oh, this looks so good. Here we go. Let's see here. At least seeing good top-down stuff, but this stuff's looking pretty juicy. All right, so got that. I'm gonna go back to my Pinterest here and look up top-down tabletop food. Let's see, top-down food photography. Let's see here. This is kind of interesting. Want something super kind of clean, and not. Kind of want to kill the depth of field stuff, fortunately, which is always super sexy. I kind of like this like Americana-ish. One thing we had kind of mentioned was, you know what? Let's go over keywords here. So I'm gonna go to. We'll do these references. We'll make keywords here. Copy this. I'm gonna put it on my. Let me go to my hero page. Well, parent A, parent B. Control Shift V, Control V, Control Z, Control Alt Shift. What should we paste in place? Doesn't want to do it. I want this on both sides. I just want it on one side. Just treating it like facing pages here. Go here. Okay, cool. So if I'm back to here, delete this. Delete that. We want a naked one on this one. Get rid of this. Our initial header there. Like here, just move it over a tiny bit. This way, this will end up being, this header will be on all of our pages except for the cover. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to take. I just want to grab some of this font. Control C. V. Go keywords. So one of the keywords that we were called up to do was workshop, like automotive related. Automotive. Let's call it keywords first. So this is the words that we want to keep in mind as we're building out our mood board here. So we want keywords. So we want blue shop rags, tools, toolbox, what else we got? Toolbox. What else would you have? We don't want dirty stuff. So like blue shop rags, paper towels. What else we got? Paper towels. What else do we have on it? Wrenches. If I'm working on my car, we got wrenches. We got shop rags. Maybe something I drink my coffee out of. Coffee mug. All right. This is the stuff that I'm going to keep in mind when I'm creating. I'm pulling my references here, my keywords. Cool. Go ahead and save that. And then I'll go back to my tabletop foods here. So I like this one. I'm just going to kind of do screenshots of this stuff. Reference. I'm saving it in the right folder here. Save. Again, if you're just joining me, we're brainstorming for a shoot this Thursday and Friday. Just got an email from Car and Driver. We're shooting tabletop car-themed food to be featured on a 2-page spread for Car and Driver magazine with Elana. Sorry, my cousin's name's Elena, so I get the two confused. My mistake. What else we got here? Tabletop foods, more like top-down stuff. All kind of frontal. Maybe we want like top-down pastries, maybe? A pastry, top-down pastry. I'm a horrible speller. Pastry photography. Okay. All right. So this is kind of cool. This is pretty close to kind of, I think, the theme here. Screenshot that. These are things I'm just kind of screenshotting to drop into my my layout. So this is cool. So this is reference for like cool little textures to have on there. So we have some flower on there. Some flower would be cool to have in there on the, as a texture on the tabletop. And this we're preparing for our call. I do have to leave at 11:25 for another call. So there we got that. Let's see what else. It looks kind of cool. Oh. Maybe some reference to baking supplies here would be cool. Some baking stuff. We'll see. Maybe we'll mix it up. So we kind of, there's a challenge, right? We want to do really cool pastry stuff, or really cool, depending on our call at 1:30 to find out what it is that we're liking about our shoot in terms of tabletop, but we don't want it to be gross, right? Like the last thing we want is to mix food that's supposed to be pretty and cute with, tools and shop stuff that tends to be just kind of grossed out. So in the plan is to shoot the food one by one. What I'll do is I'll set my camera up, tabletop, down, locked off, and I'll drop the pieces of food in there one by one as they're ready. And we'll slowly composite it on the screen and then be able to put everything together as we're doing it. So that's that. All right, let's see here. See if there's anything else. This is kind of cool. What's this? Oh, it's just a picture of stuff. Oh, I see, space themed. What if we did car themed pastries? Interesting. These are cakes. If there's anything that's like top down. Our logos, it's cool. Car themed pastry. Why does it have to get gross, guys? Okay, don't need the. Let's see. Stuff's cute, but nothing that's really gonna help me with what we're trying to shoot. Yeah, no. Go back where I was. Back again. Original search, which was tabletop pastry stuff. I like this composition. This is pretty cool. That one. Let's see. Something similar. It's all kind of starting to look like ish. So I'm going to start referencing. Let's see. Tool bench. Let's see. Workshop supplies. Workshop. Excuse me. Workshop. Tabletop supplies. No. Car garage. What would you call it? I'm struggling here. Tools. Garage tools. Car tools. Garage. Here we go. All right. Car garage tools. Workbench. Close. What is this here? This is kind of, let's see. Gladiator garage works. Above garage. What is this? Tech floor stuff. Nope. It's kind of close. Oh, that'd be cool. It would be cool to get like something with carburetors and stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can find something stock. This is tough to figure out. I think this is cool to use as reference. So I'll screenshot this for discussion. See if there's a way we can get hold of something like that. It would be neat to have like tabletop tools, shop rags and stuff. I like this. Looks super clean, but of course, it's just a matter of, do I have access to this type of stuff? This person obviously cooks in their garage because it's freaking immaculate. So we're still looking here. This is cool reference for all the stuff that's here. That'd be cool. Oh, I just had another idea. We can do like smoky, like have the smoke kind of mimic the flour in the workshop. Maybe there's something we can do. This kind of look. See if I can zoom in here. I can do a screenshot of this. It's pretty cool. Now, I have done portrait shoots with people that have workshops, and I do shoot a lot of tabletop stuff when I do that, just for reference. But it's going to be a matter of figuring out if I can get access to some like car garage tools on top of a wooden workbench. I can get the tools. It's just a matter of, how do I get like a small little engine on the top of the table? Carburetor or something. Maybe I go to a junkyard maybe. See if I can, going back to the screen here, back out. Just trying to look at the time here. All right, I got a call in about 10, 15 minutes here. See, this is all getting too cleaned up. See, this is more like a garden. I feel like we've kind of, I'm on some weird site now. All right, back to, am I blanking? Car garage? Car workshop? Car workshop ideas. is like people who are super wealthy or like, yeah, I've got basically Formula One workstation in my garage. Car collector, mechanic garage. Yeah, mechanic garage ideas. Mechanic garage ideas. Mm, tools and stuff. This is kind of cool, but I don't really have any vintagey car stuff. I think I might have like a race car sticker or something vintagey. Not really loving. Let's see what I had so far. Got let's see garage mechanic mechanic garage tabletop. If we did like dirty mechanics garage, dirty mechanic. Oops, got the E. Tabletop. Hmm. This is interesting. Man, not really seeing much of what I'm looking for. All right, so where else would I look? Like Google some stuff? Let me see if I can Google without any issues here. Mechanics, garage, tabletop. Dirty mechanic. Let's see here. Looks pretty safe. Okay, so we've got. We certainly don't want dirty hands because we're dealing with food. So I kind of have a pretty cool workshop. Oh, what would be cool is I'm actually going to reference. Let's see here, automotive. This is really, now we're getting crazy here. So the challenge is finding a cool cluster of garage stuff. This to me is just the coolest, right? Save image as. Save. Yeah, see, this stuff to me is just super cool. What else we got here? Shop rags. This. Oh man, that's so cool. But do we really want dirty grody? See, this is what mine kind of looks like. I'll save this image. But I'm pretty sure we don't want like dirty shop table with food. Probably gross. We could probably buy like a wooden block, a butcher's block, and then throw this stuff on top. Throw some tools, some shop towels. See if I find. I'm gonna look up dirty shop rags. Hopefully, I don't get anything that's inappropriate. Dirty shop rags or dirty. What if I did a dirty garage workshop? Dirty mechanic workbench. All right, this looks appropriate. So, dirty mechanic workbench here. This is too dirty. So I have one of these things. So maybe we screenshot this. I have an old drill, which would be kind of cool. An old drill. I have one of these things. It would be nice to have kind of like let's see this. We can start piecing this together soon, I think. I got one of those. This is kind of what my desktop looks like. You know what I did, actually? It's actually more or less what it looks like this. It looks like this. We don't think we need cables, though. So that's kind of a slightly misrepresented of what we want. I don't think we want dirty, gross. This is really clean, though. I also have one of these things, which might be kind of neat to lay it on top of. So what is this? Workbench with built-in Harbor Freight toolbox. So let's look up workbench with toolbox. Workbench with toolbox. This is kind of. So another thing I can do is I could do the top. I can kind of shoot down slightly off center. So what I can do is beforehand shoot the toolbox before and then have that shot to then shoot the food to drop onto. And then kind of reverse engineer it where I need to kind of like make the food back on top. I don't have like, the thing I have is like a rubber top. Well, this is a pretty awesome setup. Screenshot that. Maybe not for this project, but just for do on my own. Like I ever have time to work on tools in my own shop. Anyways. Or car. There's so many vintage cars I want to get. This is not going to happen. Okay. Oh, that's so dope. Okay, we're looking. This is kind of cool. See, this is what I have. I'm going to screenshot this. Because this is more or less what I have setup-wise. And then this way I can reference that with our meeting. I've got 15 minutes left. Save that, and then we'll start working on our layout here. Cool. So pull up some stuff here, Control D, and reference some of my images. We'll pull this up. Control Alt C, Control Alt E, Control Alt C, and then we'll scale that. Shift, Option drag, Control D. We'll pull up this one, open. Now this one I want to see like on the inside of. Alt Shift. There we go. All right, cool. Preview resolution, fast display. Oh. So I want to do. If I go to view, just display performance, highest quality. There we go. Should make everything kind of. We can drag this one here. This food doesn't really help me out. We'll pull up. Where's another shop pieces? We have the shop in here. I kind of like the overall look of that. We've got. This is like for top or referenced. Top of workbench. Get that going. And then I'll get one more for like a detail reference, which is that other, which is these pieces here. I feel like that's enough reference there for that particular stuff. So this we'll call this will be our kind of like shop atmosphere maybe. I can pull up. Have this be like the hero image. Ooh, hey, ooh. This would be kind of some of the details. This will be part of this one. Stuff up here. You know what? Actually, I do like that this here. There we go. I'll make a new page. Control A, Control C, Control Shift V, and kind of pick up a hero for the desktop, the tabletop food, which to me is kind of more or less something like this. This is vertical. I'll keep it true to that. And actually, this will probably end up being a horizontal layout. I can go. Apologize. Excuse me. Something like, what? I'm just gonna keep the reference. I like the reference. I'll get dimensions on what the layout's gonna be from the art director, creative director, and then I can kind of reverse engineer back from there. Got that shot. I like this one. Bring this up. Scale it down. This for some of the tabletop props. If we want to do that too, we'll find out once I speak to our the editor Baker. Bring that one ahead of that one. Control D. Pull up this. What else we got? Kind of this Americana feel. I liked just a little bit of how this felt. Bring this up here. Bigger. And then we've got last but not least this one, which is just kind of like this classic. For me, this is more of a lighting reference. But I like bring this down and then just scale the whole thing up. You lose a little bit of the zing. All right. Cool. So yeah, so this is, save this. And this will basically end up being my talking point for the particular shoot. I will get I'm gonna email the creative director now. What's the layout dimensions? Dimensions for the spread. This is so cool that I get to do, I'll go bleed and live. Bleed, live, and crop. Right? We need to know all three: bleed, live, and crop. Because crop tells me the text. And crop. Cool. So I've just texted the creative director what the layout dimensions are, so that will let me know what my frame is, and then I can kind of pre-composite what I want to do for this shoot in particular. So yeah, so if you're just joining us now, hey, it's all right, Rob, welcome. Yeah, so check this out. This is the coolest thing ever. We are literally doing a shoot for Car and Driver this Thursday and Friday with Elana, who's the senior editor over there. And she is baking up some car-themed goods that we are going to feature in a story. And I'm going to stream the entire thing. This is my brainstorm before my meeting with her at, I believe, 1:30. And then we're going to go over that as well. Live stream. I'm going to have her on. She's going to talk about what she's going to do and her objectives. I'm going to talk about what I would do, and then we're going to kind of figure out a game plan and go from there. This is all super exciting. I can't wait to share more with you. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. What I've done in my brainstorm here is I pulled up the references that they sent me from the magazine. This is kind of like the keywords, I like a sloppy shop, but we might do something more clean. These are some of the items that I have. I don't have this, but it would be cool to kind of get something like that, or maybe pull a stock image, or I can maybe even CGI something that I can drop in that I can pick up for cheap online to kind of match my shot. And then this is kind of the tabletop shot reference, where I think in terms of what the lighting will look like, and stuff like that. Now, when doing a shoot like this, what I want to do is I want to lock off my camera angle, and then we'll bring in the elements as they're ready, and we'll shoot them. We'll kind of move them around, and that way I have options in terms of layout. And then what I'll do is, rather than having to worry about what the tabletop's going to look like for the shoot, we'll just shoot the food as is, and then I'll take notes on my lensing and my distance from the camera. And that's the thing. we're not going to do any. The challenge with the shoot, right, is we have food, which has to be nice and clean, and then we have shop, which is also kind of rustic but also clean. So I'll find out on my call what type of look we're going for, and then we can kind of go from there. Um, and this is so. What I'll do is I'll shoot the food first, and then we'll shoot the background second, and then I'll composite those together and create the final image for the layout. And they'll kind of give me a sense of like where the words are and all that other stuff. So this for me is pretty exciting in terms of being able to live stream everything that I'm doing, and you guys will be able to be a part of this entire process. And I'll label all these streams under we'll call it food shoot, and then what kind of lay out what each portion is. So I have another call to get to. Thanks again for joining me, following Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Behance, anywhere you want. And I look forward to seeing you guys at my my 1:30 meeting.